Coming up, a 1953 Philco radio.
Here I started some component art or electronic art. It's small. I'm going to make them bigger because it's not taking up much. But I got a guy here walking his dog. Hope you can see that. Like we're in a park situation. This guy's sitting on a bench. These are couplets. He's swiping a tablet. This is not just an IF shell. Or a garbage can look effect. I've used capacitors. This, like I said, these couplets, resistors, an LED for a dog's face. Yeah, and a little integrated circuit piece here for his tablet that he's swiping. Sitting at the park bench, he's got a coil head. Yeah, that's just a token of what I want to do. It's just next time I make them, they're going to be as tall as this radio. So what I have here is Philco Radio. So let me see what we got here. And the on and off volume, the tuning, and this is band selector. The cabinet is let me see if I can back that out. I brought that in so you can see the artwork. Don't even go that far. The cabinet. Let me see what this is on this thing here. I got it marked. It's I think it's a model 53956, 1953, plastic, right front square dial, okay, left lattice grill. I don't know if I call that lattice. 3 knobs, BC, FM, 6 tubes, AC, DC. Okay, 1953. That's where the F53 comes in at then. 53956 for this so-called. So that's from my antique radio book. The case is really dingy. It's dull. It's filthy. It needs to be cleaned and buffed out, but I don't think it'll be a big deal for that. It's in good shape. It's not cracked anywhere. So there's, I guess this is the FM antenna. Probably original. I don't know. Who knows if that's original or not. And it's missing a clip for the bat, but that's no big deal. Let's take a look under the bottom. It's got all 3 chassis mounting screws, and it says Philco model 53956, code 121. I don't know what. And your voltage 45 watts. The 12AU6, 12BA6, 12AU6. Well, those going to be IF amps and things like that. Then I got that's the second particular 19B8, that's for FM. Oscillator and converter tube, 12AT7. Output tube is a 35C5. Okay. How many tubes is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should say like. Oh, you know why? It doesn't have a rectifier tube in it. So that means it's going to have a selenium rectifier in it. So I'm spraying with WD-40, making a mess there. I thought maybe I'd take this utility knife and a lot of crud coming out of it. Right now that we did that, can we lift it up? There it is. There it is. Look how dirty that is. I told you I should have had cardboard. And then push this back in to get the dial off. There it is. The pointer. You gonna be a pain too? No, that comes off easily. Wipe some of this excess WD-40 that I put in there. I think maybe that WD-40 might have kind of loosened up the crud a little bit. I don't know. All right, now we'll see if we can get it out of there. Yep. Now she comes. Cobwebs and all. Make sure ain't no spiders in there because I ain't going to keep it in my room. I'll check that out. It's got one of them bulbs in there. 7-watt bulbs or something. God, this thing is filthy. You have to get a vacuum cleaner on it. This speaker is mounted on rubber cushions. All the tubes seem to be in place. Let's take a look at that rectifier. Let me turn it over. Oh, look at this. This thing was kind of built. Got a bottom plate on it. Screw, I gotta find it. Did I get them off? Nope, there's a middle one there. I think 9 of them. There, maybe. I think I got it. Got a rubber pieces on the. Okay, just let this aside for a sec. And yeah, that's all original. I think this light here works. I got a new spotlight. Sorry for the one that went on that camera. Maybe I made it worse. That looks like that's an electrolytic there. Oh, you know what? That's the one where the positive goes to the ground. On this one. It's got to be like a 2 microfarad or something in that effect, because they are very small when they do that. It's true. Put on high frequency, I think. I think. Philco. What is it? Yeah, 2 microfarad. I think it's AM. I don't know.
one thing about you or your family. The only thing they care about is lying to protect Democrats and keep them from answering, for all the harm they...
I did turn on that one, I think. Should be in. I ain't getting nothing unless I don't have it fully. That's gotta be FM. Alright, I'll get back to you once I check the tubes. I think that's gonna be the first thing to do on these FMs. Since the AM's working. And then go from there. So I'll be back when I get find out what's wrong with it.
The hour of suspense. Dear Mr. Charles Lawton.
I got the FM going. It was the tube as I suspected. It's the oscillator mixer tube 12AT7.
Mild-mannered character whose
You know what? I don't even see a manufacturer on that
a series of savage murders, all neatly and alphabetically arranged.
But that 12AT7 oscillator mixer tube goes from the plate, one of the plates, it goes right into the FM first IF from the plate. So that's what I checked, and it was a bad grid leakage. Okay, I wanted to document voltages with that silicon rectifier in there, and I couldn't do it because the very first one that I checked going into that 40 microfarad capacitor after the 22 ohm resistor right here, I'm reading 77.6 volts, and I should be reading 130 volts DC. So I put a bypass that and put this, get this light on maybe. I put in it's a 1 amp, now all I need is 100 milliamp. And I'm getting probably 5% volts increase. 5 to 6 volts increase. It's not bad. This is the capacitor I got out of the radio. I got the actual capacitor out of the can by putting it in boiling water for 5 minutes. And I used an all-purpose screw, screwed it in there and pulled the capacitors out of it. Trying to get all the tar, whatever is in there, out of the can. But yeah, it's came up pretty easy. Okay, I'm ready to put this can pretty much together. I got it cleaned out pretty good. And there's some blackness in there, but it's hardened. And good as gold. Then I take, here's my capacitors. I used the 68 for the 70, that's all I can do. The 240s and the 25 was an axle. Ground's in the middle. I used hot glue on the ground. Not that it's going to hit, but just to keep it in there. Now, you see the terminals. I use different terminals. First of all, I'll put this in this can. That's it, like that. Then we just push this back in. Well, you get the idea. Then I'll just ping this back over, and then this will go on. I just got to get the orientation right. So my 70s and 40s and all that stuff line up. Okay, but here's what I used. These things here are what came out of it, and they're okay, but I could have fit them in there, but I thought, well, Why? So I use these lugs. This is lug 8A-10. These are number 8 solder lug package of 10. Well, I've got the size 8, size 6, size 4, and I've had these for years, and this is the first time I really used them. So I put them, what I do with the capacitors. So I put them on this thing, and then I soldered the back end. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me get this back out of there. Yeah, I soldered the back end of them where they won't pull out. And that's it. Okay, you can see that I changed the, I got the restuffed capacitor back in. I think I got the orientation right. Better. I get to put 70 microfarads into a cathode bypass on this output tube. But anyway, got it back in. I changed this resistor. Don't look like I did, but pretty much the same thing. But this one was out of tolerance. This one was 170. Should have been 150. I like this size. It's 2 watt, but got that one in there. There's the 22, and I got the diode back there. I did not decide to take that selenium rectifier off. It's just while I have it on there. I'm going to put a label on this thing showing that I restuffed it today's date, 8/3. So I don't want to go any further until I try it. So there's the, let me get it back down now, the camera, or maybe I can just back it out. No, I'll bring it down. Here's the capacitor that I put in there, and I can take it out a little bit. Okay, you can tell I had it off pretty much. That's the original. And I did put a 7-watt LED light in there, and it's frosted because it's supposed to be a frosted bulb, so it's an LED in there, bulb, instead of the incandescent. So it's plugged in. See if this. Let me take this off and get better sound. Right, it works, right? That's off. Okay, I didn't close this tuning condenser because, hey, it's enclosed. So, it's also power on. Make sure I get it. I'm going to put it at 115 because it's on 117. It's 123 in the house. I don't know what I have it on either. But we'll see. It's AM or FM, I don't know. Got what I left it on. But you can see the light. That's in frosted LED light. That should last a long time. Let me see. I'm at 900, so I gotta find that. Well, wait a minute. I didn't even look at the light. It ain't lighting. I'm gonna find it. Okay. No, it ain't no. So R27. Let's see what R27 is. I can read that. I got it on there right. Resistor filter. 150 ohms, 2 watts. That's a 2 watt, but I don't think it likes that metal oxide resistor. So I'm gonna have to. Sometimes these things, you can't use them, and this is one of the cases. I don't know. It doesn't say it's wire wound, so I don't know. You just can't. You have to put a carbon resistor in there. You can't. Well, it doesn't like that metal oxide type. I didn't think it was either. I said, it's just I wouldn't handle it, but I don't got anything bigger than 2 watts in my as far as stock. So I'm gonna put this one back in. That's all I can do. There we go. Okay, it is in there. Ain't any more tails I left. Them lugs that I put on there, I mean, that one took 7 wires and capacitors and resistors on it. That one lug, and heck, I could put another 7 on more on that thing. Okay, now let's give it a try. I know it's going to get hot still, but so I could probably look on the internet, see if I can find a. I'll leave that tail on there. That ain't gonna hurt nothing. It ain't that big. All right. Well, let's give it a try again. It's off. See what kind of voltage we got. 123. We got 124 in there. That's fine. Because it's. Okay, the LED light dial lamp is glowing. Yeah, here's that resistor I took out of there. You can see it toasted. I'm gonna see what the did it change resistance? I bet it didn't. There it is, 150.2 ohms.
And trying to get the case dismissed, claiming Timberlake was not drunk.
The same old news every day. I care about his DUI. I got that on too loud.
You don't particularly. My son is a empty kettle. Believe me, Benham isn't there. You sit there in power and ought to be away. But look, there's something I have to say. I've always been a bug-minded.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. I'd really like to bring that up really close.
It's a warning, Doctor. A warning. And the joke is that you won't heed it. I'm over with you. You won't heed it now.
Talk to your sister right here.
And soon you'll remember it.
The resistor I just replaced. I mean, it's bubbling. Okay, I got a, see right here. I'm thinking that's a wire wound. It's an ohmont. It's a 150 watt, a 5 watt, 150 ohm. Surprised I had that in my stock. Problem is, radio plays good for a few minutes or a minute or so, and then all of a sudden it starts. The sound is terrible. And I'll show you.
See them go out? No, say, no one remembered go out. You were all asleep, all asleep, say. You have any dreams during your sleep? Hear any noises? I dream bad dreams, say. Huh? When policeman punched me awake this morning, I think dream has come true. That's inside. You're a bad dream? Yes. Oh, not bad dreams. I don't see where this is getting us. I think we're going to be getting on to Ada Bass's house. Oh, I think we can now entirely discuss it.
Alright, you get the idea. It's distorted. Volume is lower and distorted. So, I'm going to get back, put that in real fast, and I'll get back just in a few seconds. Okay, I got selenium rectifier back in here. I want to see something. I want to also put my meter on that real fast. Might as well turn it on and get it warming up. That takes a while for this to warm up. It ain't because of the tubes, it's because of the tube saver. Put it on DC. Change this out, ground it. I just want to see the voltage. Nothing changed.
Out for you and Mr. Fagioli.
Look out for us.
Yes, because one of the coolies under arrest told him that Mr. Fagioli slept in the temple last night.
Wait, but that's not true. That's exactly what he did.
Antenna.
He suggested it to me, but I said no. You remember Paglioli? You didn't do it. Did you, Paglioli? Did you?
You see, he did.
Gentlemen, I had a perfectly valid and important reason for sleeping in the temple last night, and so I can only ask your sympathetic attention to what I'm about to say.
I was reading about two young intellectuals.
My B plus has dropped considerably. I mean, I'm supposed to have 130 right here. And I'm getting 76. Here's supposed to be 120. 72. This one's supposed to be 110. 67. And this one here, it's supposed to be around 7 or 8 volts. And I'm getting 3.4. That's for the cathode bypass.
I haven't looked in my pocket since then.
Then please do so now, Mr. Fagioli.
Oh, yes. Here we are, Mr. Vickers.
Such a questioning
I
as
was
this,
pulling
provided your
0.3 amps,
testimony
now I'm
is
pulling
pieces of gold,
0.2, so I'm 200 milliamps.
Somehow
100
I don't
milliamps
believe that you are an
less.
experienced enough man to think of such a thing. However, we shall see. I suppose you have no objection, Mr. Fagioli, to my...
Is tonight's tale suspense. If you have been with us on these Tuesday nights, you will know that suspense is compounded of mystery.
Alright, I'm going to cut that off. So it goes to show you. The older, wow, it's hot too. That selenium rectifier is hot. I wonder what the temperature is. Give me a temperature. 135. It's cooling down now, probably. 148. Yep. That's hotter than these resistors and stuff were. Yeah. When they get old like that, they also reduce the voltage. The resistance is higher. They change. There's so much resistance in there, it'd probably burn up and cause even a fire. I'm going to get back when I get the new rectifier, but I'm going to have some of this stuff replaced.